The art and science of solution selling. What is it and how is it useful to you as a CEO or entrepreneur in business? Imagine this, you are a car salesman. You've got a lot of wonderful cars, really high quality cars and a whole range of them. And you know there's a customer out there, a farmer who's got plenty of money, hasn't got a car. Well, so you take the top car of your lot down to see the farmer one day, and you even drive in there and you park it right in front of his farm where all the horses are. You go into the front door and you talk to the farmer, and he comes out and sees it and he sits in it, and it's absolutely beautiful, and he's so impressed. He says, "I absolutely love it." He says, it's exactly what I want. And the guy says, "Yeah, okay, great. So can we sign up some paperwork?" He says, "Look, I got the money, I love it, but there's just one problem." And the salesman says, "Well, what's the problem? I'm sure we can overcome that." He says, "It's just too big." He says, "It's just too big. How is old Bessie, my favourite mare, going to pull this?" He was expecting it to be like a horse and cart. I think this is a classic story because it underlines the disconnect between someone who's selling and someone who's buying. It's always really important to get inside the head, if you like, of the person who is buying and understand what their needs are. So a few years ago, I was working for a company called Agilent Technology. Now, if you don't know, Agilent is the company responsible for inventing and rolling out the little optical mouse device in huge volumes, very successful, and we all use them today. But that idea didn't come internally from the scientists, the engineers, the management, anywhere within Agilent. It came through a discussion with a customer. That customer was Microsoft. They walked in there with a completely different product idea, using the optical product to navigate using a remote control around the TV screen. And Microsoft said to us, "Well, we don't really have a need for that, but perhaps if you could turn it upside down and point it towards the desk, we might have something." And they said, "Well, why would you want to do that?" He says, Microsoft said, "Well, look, one of our biggest problems is that people think that the Microsoft operating system is not working, and we are flooded with calls, and it's enormous cost to us to work through the issues with people's computers. And it turns out that a lot of the problems are with the old ball mouse. So before optical mice, there was a ball mouse. A ball rolls around inside the mouse and it detects the position. Unfortunately, that gets gummed up with dirt and dust and other things, and the ball doesn't work. And consumers assume it's the operating system, not the ball mouse. If Agilent's technology could be used to help solve that problem, then we want it, we love it, and we'll buy it." So the engineers at Agilent went back, redesigned the product so that it would look down onto the desk, looking at the surface information, illuminating it with its dedicated light, and the optical mouse was born. So a couple of examples there about how solution selling can really help drive a business forward. And if you want some tips about how to do that, then ask questions. Try to understand what's motivating the customer. Find out what their pain points are. Their pain points are where you have the opportunity to sell your goods and services. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.